Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to our online session. Students, today onwards, we are going to start the textbook. So, first of all, I am going to explain the first poem, which is Where the Mind is Without Fear. Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore is one of his vastly read and discussed poems. It was originally composed in Bengali, possibly in 1900, under the title Prarthana. Prarthana means prayer. First of all, I'll read the introduction of the writer. Rabindranath Tagore was the author. Author means writer of Gitanjali, and it's profoundly sensitive. The word profoundly means so much fresh and beautiful verse. The meaning of the word verse is poem. Verse means poem. He became the first non European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. This poem is one of his vastly read and discussed poem. It was originally composed in Bengali and later he himself translated. Latter means afterwards into English. This poem is from the Nobel Prize winning anthology. The word anthology means a collection of poems. Gitanjali. Tagore lived during the time when India was ruled by the British. In this poem, besides political freedom, means other than political freedom from British, Tagore also appeals. Appeals means requests to God for social, educational, and economic freedom for the people of India. Now I'll explain the lines of the poems. The first line, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Head is held high. In this line, the poet prays to the Almighty. Almighty means God, that his countrymen should be free from any fear of exploitation or forced compulsion. He wishes that everyone in his country has his head held high in dignity, in respect. In other words, according to him, in a truly free country, every person should be fearless and should have a sense of self dignity, self respect. Where knowledge is free, okay, here the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge would be free. Education should not be limited to the upper class only, but everybody should be allowed to acquire knowledge. Not only that, the children should learn freely from the nature and the world around them. They should not be forced to memorize some predetermined lessons, and this is Tagore's typical concept of education, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Narrow domestic walls means narrow mindedness. So, in these lines, the poet emphasizes, means gives stress on the unity of not only of his countrymen but also of the entire world. He thinks that there should be no division among the people on the basis of their caste, creed, color, religion, or other baseless superstitions. In other words, hatred, prejudices, and superstitions should not divide the people in groups and break their unity. Where words come out from the depth of truth. In these lines, Tagore wants a nation where people are truthful. They should not be superficial and words should come out from the depths of their hearts. He wants that his countrymen should always speak the truth, no matter whatever the situation is. They should never lie in their lives. Where tireless means continuous, and striving means struggle, stretches its arms towards perfection. This line means that everyone should be hardworking and everyone should reach to their goal, and in the long run to reach perfection. He thinks that they should not be tired by working, people should not be lazy, and they should not ignore their work. Where the clear stream of reason, actually, the word stream means pond, when the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. Here, the poet compares reason or logical thinking to a clear stream. And in the next line, he compares dead habits. Dead habits means such traditions which are not useful in the modern times, or superstitious beliefs to a dreary desert. He wants the stream of reason not to lose its way into the desert of hatred, desert of prejudices. In short, people's thoughts should be monitored, should be checked by rational thinking and not by superstitions. Logic should rule over old baseless beliefs. Where the mind is led forward by thee means you, into ever widening thought and actions. Here, the poet wishes his countrymen to be progressive and broad minded. He wants that their minds are led forward to ever widening, means continuous thought and action, by the Almighty, means by God. In short, we should be open minded and do something unusual or extraordinary, overcoming the narrowness of mind. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Here, the poet addresses the God as Father. He asks him to awaken his country into such heaven of freedom where all the above mentioned conditions meet or are fulfilled. Okay, to make it clear, the poet prays to the Almighty to raise or to lift his country to such heights where freedom would be realized at its best. In turn, he is actually praying that God awakens his countrymen so that they come out from the darkness of ignorance, prejudice, hatred, and they should come together and live in unity. So, students, I hope that you have understood this poem. I'll provide you the appreciation of the poem in the evening. Till then, it's goodbye.